Hey guys, what's up? I'm Christopher from ChinaMobileMag, and today with a closer look at the Xiaomi Mi Pad 2. This one is the second generation of Xiaomi tablets and changes quite a lot both in terms of hardware as well as design. That already becomes obvious with the packaging, which now looks the same as the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 packaging, just, well, larger. Package contents remain the same though, with one charger and a pretty lengthy USB Type-C cable. The Xiaomi Mi Pad 2 does look similar to its predecessor from a shape perspective, but is very different though. Reason for this is that Xiaomi said bye bye to good old polycarbonate and hello to aluminum, which the tablet is made from almost entirely. You can choose between a golden and a grey metal back. I went for the gold option. All the metal doesn't only let the tablet look like a very premium device, it also makes the whole thing very sturdy. It is pretty much impossible to bend the device without willingly doing so by applying a lot of force onto the structure. Build quality is up to a high standard as well, since there are no gaps, squeaking areas or badly crafted edges. Everything's sitting on place tightly, including the physical buttons. The touch buttons below the screen as well as the status LED above it are nicely illuminated with no light bleeding at all. So is there anything I dislike? Well, kind of. First of all, the screen bezels are too small for my taste. It is hard to hold the tablet there without interacting with the screen. I prefer bezels of around 1 cm on a tablet device, since that has a positive impact on ergonomics. Furthermore, the Xiaomi Mi Pad 2 seems a little weighty for its size. 355 grams are quite a lot, but that gets kinda covered up by the slimness of this tab at only 6.95 millimeters. The screen makes the Mi Pad 2 a real eye-catcher once it's fired up. The panel is 7.9 inches in size that still boasts a very high resolution of 2048 by 1536 pixels. Along OGS technology that you usually don't find on Chinese tablets, it creates a very sharp picture with almost no reflections. The contrast and blacks are top-notch as well as color reproduction is, which really makes the pictures come to life. All in all, the screen is pretty much perfect and offers a great readability. In case you are not satisfied though, there are plenty of settings you can adjust, like color temperature, contrast and a reading mode. So what's with the digitizer? Well, I don't have anything to complain about there as well. It's reacting precise and with no delay. The surface is smooth and not a fingerprint magnet, and it is scratch proof as well. What else do you want? Next, let's have a look at the specs of this tablet PC, and after all the raving I just did, I finally have something I dislike big time. So basically, the Xiaomi Mi Pad 2 does offer decent specs, since it comes with the Intel Atom X5 Z8500 x86 64-bit quad-core SoC, which is clocked at up to 2.24 GHz and comes with a powerful GPU capable of driving the high-resolution display with no issues whatsoever. Unfortunately, the SoC is rendered pretty much useless, since it can't live up to its capabilities thanks to some fundamental mistakes Xiaomi made. First of all, what the heck did they think when they created the available options you can purchase the Mi Pad 2 in? Really, why is there a 16 GB memory unit available if there is no SD card slot? It just makes no sense, since 16 GB is by far not enough on a tablet PC in my opinion. So anyone opting for the Mi Pad should definitely go for the 64 GB version. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop there, since the Mi Pad 2 also does come with only 2 GB of RAM. That's a real pity, since the SoC wouldn't have issues handling some massive multitasking, but the limited RAM certainly does, especially if you choose to go with the Windows 10 version of the Mi Pad 2. Xiaomi really should have gone for 4 GB of RAM there in my opinion. Now the second thing I really dislike is that the Mi Pad 2 is completely unusable for gaming. Even mid-range games like Dead Trigger 2 show heavy lagging even on mid-range graphic settings. The reason for that isn't a lack of performance but a lack of cooling. Xiaomi doesn't use any heat pipe or heat spreading foil inside the tablet. The result is the chip getting way too hot and thus reducing performance to a minimum, which results in the tablet being rendered useless for gamers. Next thing that is totally unacceptable for me is that Xiaomi screwed up the gyroscope sensor, which is used in many games for control reasons. The problem is that the sensor is aligned in portrait mode, while games are usually played in landscape mode. The result is that games like GT Racing 2, for example, are not controllable using the gyroscope, and you have to go for touch controls instead. So do things look better on the software side? Well, unfortunately they don't. The Xiaomi Mi Pad 2 runs MIUI 7 based on Android 5.1. Let's start with some positive things first. I have to say that I like MIUI on tablets. The multitasking switcher shows thumbnails of apps there, and the settings app looks much cleaner with the 2 columns layout. Unfortunately, the OS still suffers from some very annoying bugs. First of all, I encountered frequent crashes and sudden reboots during my tests, which got better but are still not gone completely. Furthermore, there is some very annoying bug that places icons of newly installed apps on the home screen twice, which again is very annoying. In terms of security, Xiaomi also has to fix something since the stage fright security holes are not completely fixed. Luckily, Xiaomi does updates very frequently, so there is a good chance that all those flaws get fixed rather soon. Wireless performance is top-notch on the Mi Pad 2, I have to say, but you guys need to live without 3G connection or GPS. I didn't encounter any problems during Wi-Fi usage and would rate the signal strength top-notch. 5 GHz networks are recognized with no issues whatsoever. Bluetooth works flawlessly as well. A big surprise for me was the audio quality the Mi Pad 2 does deliver through its internal stereo speakers. I really didn't expect anything amazing since the tablet is so thin, yet I was greeted with a very loud and distortion-free audio experience with hell of a lot of bass. In a nutshell, that means that you don't necessarily have to use headphones to listen to music or watching a movie on the Mi Pad 2. Headphone fun is possible as well, of course, and Xiaomi as usual offers you a wide range of configuration options to enhance your audio experience. There is the Mi Audio Enhancer, presets for all types of Xiaomi headphones, and a system equalizer to fine-tune everything to your likings. Another part of the Mi Pad 2 that surprised me is its camera. On the rear we find a 8 megapixel main camera that offers autofocus and creates surprisingly decent pictures that are definitely snapshot worthy. Also the 720p videos that camera records looks pretty good. The 5 megapixel front camera also does nice shots but suffers from a tad of noise and there is no autofocus. The 6190 mAh battery inside the Xiaomi Mi Pad 2 might not seem impressively large, but when taking the thin body into account, the capacity is pretty good, I would say. But more impressively is how well Xiaomi optimized power consumption. For example, a Teclast X98 Pro with the same processor and a larger display reaches only around 4 hours of screen on time with the screen brightness set to the lowest, while boasting a larger 8000 mAh battery. At the very same time, the Mi Pad 2 with its smaller battery reached more than 9 hours of screen on time with the screen brightness set to about 40%. For real-life usage that translates to about 2 full days of usage with typical productivity work and entertainment stuff done on a tablet PC. Charging doesn't take long as well, it just takes around 2 hours and the battery will be fully charged again. Taking all that into account, I can say the Xiaomi Mi Pad 2 is an impressive tablet PC but a big disappointment at the very same time. It's impressive how Xiaomi managed to build such a quality device with decent specs at a price tag of only $155 in China. On the other hand, the tablet is disappointing since Xiaomi screwed up cooling and delivers this late with software that feels like a beta version. Also the lack of RAM and a microSD slot is a real letdown, at least for me. So in the end, if you are not a gamer, the Mi Pad 2 might be worth a closer look, but please go for the 64GB version then. But if you like playing 3D games, stay away, you likely won't be happy with the Mi Pad 2. So that's all from my side. Thank you for watching this review and I hope you will be with me next time on the next review. As usual, if you have questions, drop a comment. If you like what we are doing at ChinaMobileMag, make sure to subscribe to this channel and pay us a visit on www.chinamobilemag.de. Bye bye, over and out.